Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. So glad you guys are with us. Need to thank partners of ours. Very shortly, Mr. Dave Schmantel will be calling here to the ESPN studio. Give him a call at 805-598-9993. Dave Schmantel's Slick Sticks, your key to better golf for clubs, grips, repairs, adjusting lofts and lies. Dave Schmantel and Slick Sticks. In fact, that's probably him right there.
And I just found out, it's amazing what you can find out, but this Jocelyn Dunn, who'd hit the ball in the simulated Mars situation there at Mauna Loa in Hawaii, she's obviously is a scientist, but she figured out Jordan Spieth, she was watching the Masters, he averaged 295 yards, and that would equate to 635-yard drives on Mars. She also took it a little further. She did what the length of Augusta National Golf Course would be on Mars if it was compatible. For example, the second hole, par 5, would have to play 1,235 yards on the Red Planet. So we could actually build the first Augusta Mars golf course. We could, so, and it gets, there's a whole bunch of stuff here, all the math. We've got it. So
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. David Schmantel from Slick Sticks. Are you there, sir?
Good morning, Michael.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's Billy today?
I'm fine, David. Thank you, and good morning to you as well.
We're having a little...
Oh, that was weird. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My phone just made some really weird noises.
Well,
I think it must have been somebody
might
from
be
Mars
a little,
or something.
what do you call a little...
We're coming in and out from, it could be in another planet.
Yeah, a little radiation.
Little interstellar communication here today.
We're doing a little science lesson, exploration, astronomy, tying it into golf today, David.
Well, it reminded me of a demo day I did up in Sacramento about, 8-9 years ago. And I was standing on it was up at Hagen Oaks, and I was on the tee, and I was showing a guy a driver, and I was talking about center of gravity and this and that and how it affects ball flight. And I looked at him, I said, it's really not rocket science. It's pretty much common sense. And he looked at me, he said, no, this is harder than rocket science, and I'm a rocket scientist.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And it turned out the guy was on the team to land a man on Mars.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
I quit talking about golf immediately, and
of course.
it was fascinating, man. And he said the biggest thing, he said, we can get a guy there, that's no big deal. He said getting his house there is the hard thing.
Yeah, that's the moving companies. Who's going to agree to that?
Well, water is really heavy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I guess we need that
Well,
a little bit.
not in a zero gravity situation. Water wouldn't weigh anything.
Yeah, but you got to take off.
Yeah, you got to get it there.
Maybe we collect it there. You go to like an asteroid or a comet, and you get the ice from that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you guys are
get it
talking like
at
you've seen the movie.
At Spacely
I watch
Sprockets.
science. Yes, this is Spacey Sprocket. Pretty cool stuff, but Mike and I are going to try to get a team together and build our first driving range on Mars.
Okay, but now you're talking distances. I got to get into the equipment part.
Yeah.
I don't think golf balls will go that far because the dimples won't, unless there's an atmosphere, which I don't know if there is or not, but if there's no atmosphere...
It has 1% of Earth's air density. Mars has just 1% of Earth's air density.
Well, then the dimples can't grab onto the air and give the golf ball lift.
So it's just strictly velocity and loft angle, launch angle.
Be like a bullet.
Yeah, but
So it would be-
but the dimples help us keep the gravity, keeps it flying like an airplane. If
Yeah.
you don't need that extra lift, you wouldn't need the dimples. You just need velocity and launch.
Just a round super ball.
Yeah, so you would just that's all you'd need.
Well, that would be
In
easier
fact,
to
you
catch.
wouldn't need
A
the
ping
driving
pong
range.
ball.
You could just hit it, and about 2 hours later, turn around, and it'll be coming back at you the other way.
But what if the game changed a little bit and you got so good that part of the golf could be there's one guy or one gal on one side and one guy and one gal on the other side of the 1,200 yards?
You have to be really accurate. I mean, we can try that
And
now.
that ball's going to be humming at 1,200
Yeah.
yards.
It'll puncture your suit, baby.
Would it? Would it be going that fast?
And then now you're a whole other movie with George Clooney. You're back
Oh,
here.
my
A whole
gosh.
other movie now. You're floating
Back
free.
to Mars. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Aren't you glad you call every week, Dave? Aren't you just glad?
Well, I'm fascinated by your topics every week. You blindside me sometimes, and
This was a good one, wasn't it?
this is a dandy. So how was the movie? Was it pretty good?
Amazing. Absolutely. I mean, I'll admit it. I'm a
Oh,
science. I'm a science fiction or a science freak anyway. I mean, I love the space travel stuff. I love all that. I've read a bunch of books on terraforming Mars and different things like that, and both like fictional kind of things. But this was
Are there
awesome.
little green men running around in
it's
caverns
not.
down there?
It's not nothing like that. It's about like it was about like colonization or stories about what would happen if we actually did end up with colonizing Mars. What would happen? What would the society end up being like? Different things like that. So it was really cool seeing that because I knew a lot of the different names and stuff that they use in the movie for Mars and the different areas of topography and geography and all that stuff. It's really cool.
And they are working on getting us there. So
2030. Well, Dave, you're smart, man. I like how Dave. I just found this. Dave said such forces such as lift and drag are trivial on Mars because it's only 1%. The ball will fly, but it's trivial. So the way our golf balls is, I don't think it would matter if it had dimples or not, because it's trivial. But so it's just a projectile in motion.
Yeah, like a baseball.
And it would, So, but you're right. It's our ball. You don't need the dimples we have. You could use a pool ball.
And it wouldn't. Ball. I can't believe it. We just found out one way, and I've been looking for this for 50 years.
Right.
How I can't hook the ball.
Wow.
Play on Mars?
Grip it like Hogan did.
Oh, dude, no. Since there's no atmosphere, the ball can't grab onto it and hook.
See, if that's what Mike was saying, so if we just hit it towards each other, we wouldn't have to worry about the side spins. I'd lose my faith.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are we sure there would be no spin?
Well, there'll be spin, but it won't do anything.
It's like, that's our ball grabs.
But it's not enough spin to make it go right or left or slice or hook or...
Yeah, it would go pretty darn straight, I'm thinking.
All spin does is grab onto the air,
right.
And if there's no air...
It's just flying.
I got to go.
If you pull
I want to hit a golf ball that doesn't hook.
But if you slightly pull it...
That's what I mean.
If you slightly pull it, you're 600 yards offline.
Like it's
I can still pull it.
Yeah, I can pull it too. So you'd have to hit it with a square face if we're standing opposed to each other.
Yeah.
All right, so you need some serious... you'd be over to Crater over there on.
Now, would you be looking for a high loft driver or a low loft driver?
That's what we wanted to ask you. What club would you bring? You can't bring a whole set up there. What club would you
have?
I
think I'm going about 14 degrees aloft.
He's going loft. He's going big. So he's doing like...
Because you can't put too much spin on it.
Yeah, so why would you need...
Yeah, so the wedge is irrelevant then.
It's not going to go up in the air.
Buried lies on them. You're flopping out there. There's a lot of sand, a lot of like dust or whatever they call up there. But if it's buried, got to get down in. Do you need bounce? I guess some questions. Do we need bounce on this the Mars Club?
Maybe you need 2 clubs.
We would have to check out the texture.
Maximum
first.
2
We
clubs.
would need to know the texture. Dave's right. We need to know: is it powdered soft? Is it sandy granule soft? There's stuff we need to know.
But I think it's a lot like the Earth. I mean, you think about the Earth. Or just like bunkers. I mean, there's different kinds of sand. There's some's thicker, some's thinner, some's really powdery. I mean, I'm sure it's the same on Mars. There's different, especially now since they're talking about how there used to be an atmosphere and actual water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's changed rock and it's done all that stuff.
Yeah.
And what is a water hazard on Mars?
Yeah. So they're
I told Billy
dry
in the
beds.
beginning, it's not about water hazards. It's about sandstorms.
Oh, yeah.
Like rocks flying all over the place.
They have some nasty ones, don't they?
Yes. So you wouldn't be sounding like a lightning. Well, I think there is lightning up there.
You can practice in Arabia for a while and get used to that kind of stuff, man. Get your suit.
Yeah, but these are the kind of things like sandstorms that could knock you over.
Do you know
kill you?
TaylorMade's ahead of it. The M1 actually stands for Mars 1.
No.
It will be the first driver on Mars.
See that? TaylorMade is way ahead of the curve here.
When did you say, like 2025?
25, 30, well, that's when they first
So actually it'll be the M11.
You see?
What was
the Mars
the old
11
song in the year 2525?
Yeah.
We only got 500 years to go.
25. This is too cool. So
There's a
14
good trivia
degrees.
question for you, Billy. Who sang that one?
Mamas and the Papas. No.
Zager and Evans.
Oh, geez,
What?
That was my.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Oh, God,
You
where
didn't
that
give me
came
a
from, I don't
chance.
know.
You
But
didn't give me a chance. That was my next answer. What are you saying?
Zager
and Evans.
I've never heard of that before. Isn't that a pant company?
Well, they were both golfers, by the way.
Don't they make slacks?
They do.
Oh, that's Hager.
That's,
well, yeah,
That's
they
Zager.
do now after that
I
one-hit
thought
wonder
they made
got done
rolling
with.
papers.
Yes.
Zag-
Zappos? Or whatever.
Zager and Evans. I got to look that up. I'm leaving Mars and I'm gonna look up Zager
That
and
is-
Evans.
Look up
Funny.
in the year 2525.
I
That'd
will.
probably be easier.
I'm going there.
Hey, speaking of, because it is our job, David, and we've done a very good job of this on the show. I think Billy and I weren't really sure we could pull it off, but I think we've done the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with golf and Mars.
Zager and Evans, man.
What about on your flight scope? You can see the spin rates and all those different things, right?
Yes.
So what else? What does that do for you, or someone who's taking a lesson from you on the flight scope, when you can identify spin rates, and especially with a driver versus, let's say, an iron? Like what-
Well, that's a good question. It depends what club it is. Different clubs you want different amounts of spin, of course. But you look at the spin rate, and if it's too much or not enough, then the big thing is you look at why, and it gives you a starting point to go from there. And it also gives you your angle of attack and things like that, where you can start picking it apart and finding out why there's too much or not enough, or the correct amount of spin for that matter.
What do you find is the most common cause of too much spin?
Sad song, man.
Angle of attack usually. Hitting down on the driver,
Which would be really important on Mars.
which
No, you would need
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So it would be.
well, actually,
less.
remember, spin won't do anything
You won't
on
need spin.
Mars.
You won't even need
That would be something you wouldn't have to worry about.
But
on
you need
Mars.
launch
It'd be a-
angle,
be
right?
A whole new meaning to
You
launch
do
angle.
need launch angle.
If you can have spin, you're gonna have to have a launch
Yeah.
angle that gets it.
Oh, and you know what? In those ones that you chop down on and that pop straight up in the air,
Yeah.
it's not going to pop straight
It's
up in
not.
the air because the spin's not going to move the ball upward.
So what are you gonna do?
So
Drive
If
it
you
in the
chop
ground?
down on it, it's going to go down.
Ooh.
That's not
Wow,
good.
that'd be weird.
Yeah, because you're not spinning.
This is getting kind of
Would-
Twilight
Wouldn't there be
Zone-like.
an initial spin though? There has to be before it catches the non-air. I mean, there has to be a rotation just from the angle of strike, even on a.
Oh yeah,
spin.
no, the ball's going to spin. It's going to have
But
side
it won't-
spin. It's going to
but
have
it won't.
vertical and
But
horizontal spin, but it won't do anything.
Wow, this is fast. By the way,
It'd be like
that song is sad. You know what year it was written, by the way? There is Zager and Evans, but I just read.
I'm going to go 1969.
God, you're right on, dude. Exactly. Good job.
Is it?
I wonder I never heard of it. That's when I was
exactly.
born.
But if you read the lyrics, it's really sad. It goes on to 55, 55, 65, 75,
Yeah.
75. And pretty soon
This man is still alive.
Yeah, it just gets pretty. Your arms fall off and your teeth. You don't need teeth and all kinds of stuff.
So here's another reason why, and Nikki actually is Facebooking us from Hawaii.
What time is it?
Another reason that I would think you would
Hi
have.
back to Nikki. The sun isn't up yet.
Yeah, well, you need
Oh,
to if
yeah.
you're hitting the ball. I know it's going to be going fast, but you're going to have somebody on one side hitting the ball, and you're almost going to have a four caddy to see where the ball goes.
No.
No?
Oh, what was that golf ball you guys had the other day with a chip in it?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that was the
There
chip
you
in.
go.
The chip it, you'd find it, but then you send your robots out to pick it up, and you got them
There you
little
go.
arm grabbing things. That
Yeah,
grab
I'm not
samples.
going. No, you get your little space mobile like
Yeah.
they had, the lunar lander.
You got your Mars land. You got your Mars buggy.
Yeah.
So there it is, the chip in.
The chip in.
The chip in golf
We're
ball.
gonna bring that one.
Chip dash
So I
in.
heard a comedian the other day talking about that. He said, God, what egotists the Americans are. They said they fly all the way to the moon. And then what do? They get out a little car because they didn't go far enough.
Yeah, they had to. They had to drive farther.
I had to go for a drive
That's-
after I got there.
That is
Funny.
funny, man.
That is funny.
But,
Hey, what's,
yeah, I hope this really helps people out there.
David, quick question though to you, especially. And then I'm being serious now. Holidays.
Okay.
Holidays are coming. You got a business that offers all kinds of stuff, from building clubs, repairing gloves, and clubs, excuse me, and lessons and everything. But from now on until, believe it or not, we're like, 7 weeks from Christmas or 6 weeks from Christmas.
Is it really that
Unbelievable.
close?
So we'll talk to you
Wow.
each week of what you got going on. I'll say it right now. I think golf balls are a great Christmas gift, but I've said that every year and never got them except for my wife.
I gave you golf balls
Nah,
one time.
Did you? Okay. Thank you, David. So
Because you complained about it on the show, and I saw you at the course, and I gave you a sleeve.
I do. Yes. Oh, yeah. I remember you did. Thank you.
I do remember that.
So there.
Yes, you did. Now I feel really bad. But what do you think?
No,
man?
you
What do
don't.
you got going? Not too bad, but I'm all right. I'll make it.
Golf balls are always number one. I wish I sold the stinking things,
Yeah,
but
from what
golf balls are always number one. Set of grips is tremendous.
Oh.
I'm coming up, actually, right now, I haven't finalized the numbers. I'm trying to come up with something where I can go through a person's bag and get it ready for the new season. If it
Ooh.
needs grips, we put on grips. If
Detailing. We
that's
call
a
that
great idea.
detailing. You bring them in.
Well, it's
and-
kind of a detail.
Because
yeah.
you're detailing, you're getting everything polished, but you're also setting it correct, the makeup of the set.
If your
Detailing.
bag has a zipper that's popped out on it, we might be able to get that fixed. And just
a great
all
idea.
kinds of
Slick
stuff where
sticks detailing.
at
Ooh.
the end, you bring your bag in if you're going to be without it for a week or two, and when they're going to come back shining and pretty, new grips if they need them.
Shine the shoes. Have your shoes in the pocket. Get your shoes cleaned up.
Shoes need to be shined.
David, I love that idea. Wow.
It's something I've been thinking about, and I got to come up with some final numbers on it to make it work. But that's an idea. Grips are always a good idea. Lessons are always a
taking
good
off.
idea. Do not, I repeat, do not buy your husband or your wife a new driver.
Oh, that's so well said.
Don't go get a new set of irons.
Yeah, I
Get a gift certificate.
agree wholeheartedly.
Unless
there.
they've already been fitted and they know exactly what they
and you're
want.
not saying
they
you're not saying that because they don't need it or would like a driver. You're saying don't do it too early, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
somebody
because
might.
the fit is the most important part of a golf club is the fit.
Yes.
It's not the carbon fiber on top. It's not the magical shaft that does this. It's not the oversized grip. The magical thing in a golf club is the fit.
So we're going to need a Slick Sticks on Mars because with the suits on, you're definitely going to be fitted different. That lady that just done, she lost about 6% of her club speed because of the limitations in the suit. So you're going to have to
there's
refit.
another good one. I'm trying to lose weight right now.
And you would will you weigh more or less up there, man? A lot
Oh,
less.
I think I'd weigh something like about 19 pounds.
Oh, gotta go.
This is good.
We gotta go. So very cool, Dave. So each
So
week,
where
each
would that
week-
be? Slick Sticks North?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know, depending where you're standing from. It could time of day. Outer Slick Sticks.
Slick Sticks
Outer
up.
slick sticks.
Up. Slick Sticks up. That's cool. So yeah, but it's
That is
and Dave, each
funny.
week we'll talk to you about what's the latest. I love your idea of the detail or whatever you call it. Come up with a price, we'll promote it. But it's a great idea. The guy might take a week break. You bring on everything he's got. They're all tweaked, bent, checked, double lights. Everything's cleaned up. And
Yeah, just make
polished.
sure all lofts and lies are set.
Yeah.
And if the woods, they got the little sky mark on them, we can buff that out and just make them pretty again and just make you ready for the new season. So
That's brilliant.
Awesome, David.
I'm working on that one.
I
like
love it. We love it.
So
It's out of this
guys,
world, Dave. It's out of this world.
guys, thank you for a topic I would have never dreamed of.
See, I knew there was a bigger purpose to
Yeah.
to me going last night with my son to see the Martian.
We're just so limited to our thinking. We had to get out.
Well, you know what I love
Oh,
about
I
this?
love it.
I
No,
actually,
I gotta go
seriously,
see the movie now.
yeah, seriously learning something today.
Yeah.
And we never learn anything on this show.
I learned that.
We learn some new jokes every
yes,
once in a
we
while.
did.
Yes, we do.
Thanks, Dave.
David, thank
Hey,
you.
guys.
You guys check out
Thank
Mr.
you.
Schmandel, slicksticks.com. Give him a call, 805-598-9993. You're the best, David. Thank you.
Always an honor. Have a great week, boys.
You too. See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And there we go.
That was my Martian saying goodbye.
That was very nice. You're good at that, man. I
So-
almost think like you've been there before.
Another question.
Yes.
How do you know the property you're gonna? Can you just go build a range? Do we have to claim you run out there with your space horse and stick in a stick in the ground? I mean,
The
who owns-
answer is in the movie.
It is.
I'm telling you,
So
you
the-
are touching on
so the
every
property,
single.
I mean, because I'm not going to go out there and touch on. Trump could own the dang property. As far
If
as I
you
know.
go see The Martian, that'll be answered.
So this will help us. So this conversation can continue
It's-
after I see the movie.
Yes, it's unbelievable how many questions you have asked that the movie will answer. The only one I haven't answered,
As if Will Smith popped in.
I can't answer that.
That's amazing. Will's in the movie.
I can't answer that. And for those of you just joining us, we started out by saying, "Can you play golf on Mars?" And there's questions. We were tying this back because Matt Damon stars in the movie.
We tied it back to
The
Bagger
Martian.
Vance. The Martian.
So Bagger Vance connects to Will Smith, connects to Charlize Theron, and so on. So you guys think about that. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on ESPN Radio.